like to get started again. I'm going to ad-lib here for just a second. An additional member of our Economic Development Commission walked in, and he's also on City Council. David Lives, would you please stand up? And also two key people with the Economic Development Commission, our liaison to City Council, Diane Herbie, please. And also one of the driving forces of our commission, he's the Economic Development Department Director, and that's Paul Brem. Paul? All right, once again, welcome to the 2014 Forest Park Business Recognition Breakfast. And at this time, I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, local TV 12, weekend anchor, and health and medical reporter, Liz Bonus. Liz?
Thank you very much for that. What he didn't tell you is I was like, don't do that whole bio. It says I'm a registered dietitian and you guys are eating breakfast and you'll really not enjoy it here. I'm gonna just let him kind of adjust that volume for me. Can you get rid of that hum just a little bit? For those of you I don't know, it is a privilege for me to be back here. I'm actually the first runner-up for John Lomax. He has done this when you had it as an evening event, then he moved it to morning, and he still does cut-ins even after the morning show. I got shifted to the weekend, so we're kind of tag teaming here, so I just want to say a special thank you for inviting me back. As he mentioned, I'm the health and medical reporter, but I'm a registered dietitian and a personal trainer and a diabetes educator, and we have one rule: if you eat the food for a good cause, the calories don't count. So I just wanted to let you know that today. It is a privilege to be here and honor some really cool, outstanding people. I want to make sure you know all the people that are sitting here to my right. So when I say your name, would you just stand up and remain standing for 1 second so we can give you a round of applause? You met your great Economic Development Director, Paul Brem. He's followed by your Forest Park Chamber of Commerce President, Nancy Goins, Forest Park Chamber of Commerce Vice President, Lori Buckman, Forest Park Mayor, Charles Johnson, City Manager, Ray Hodges, Forest Park Council Member and EDC Liaison Diana Herbie, who you just met, and EDC Chairperson, who's been kind enough to introduce me this morning, Ed Stadnick. You don't follow directions very well, do you? Stand up and let us recognize you. In TV, we call the directors yelling in your ear to do something you don't want to do. We are going to go ahead and move forward with this program, but I want to take just a moment and introduce this really cool guy who's your mayor here. He's just so down to earth. You know, we get to do a lot of these, and every time you meet him, he just makes you feel so wanted, so welcome. I could give you a long bio, but most of you would just know if I said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the mayor of Forest Park, Charles Johnson.
Thank you, Liz. Good morning. I would like to, before I start here, I would like to recognize members of the City Council and other elected officials who are here. Would you please stand? Thank you. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2014 Business Recognition Breakfast. This event is our way of thanking you and your employees for helping to maintain Forest Park as a great place to live and work. We're certainly seeing more economic activity. In the past 2 years, companies have invested more than $30 million in Forest Park on projects that will create more than 1,300 jobs. Of course, one of our more important projects in recent years is the successful retention of the city's largest employer, Ameritas. Their decision to stay in Forest Park and invest millions and millions of dollars to build an impressive new office building in the Caroline Business Park allows us to continue what has proven to be a rewarding and a great relationship with that company. So on behalf of our community, I want to thank Ameritas. A major component of our economic development program is the redevelopment of vacant and undeveloped properties. Over the last couple of years, we've worked with several companies that have acquired and renovated buildings. Some of these include DMG, the Glass Works, Sensi VR, VXI Global, La Fiesta Mexicana. We will continue in this vein in 2015 when the Tennessee-based RGT Management is moving into what was the Fuddruckers, and we will be opening 2 new restaurants there. Also, we will, the company ACPI Systems is a fast-growing electrical contracting firm. They will move into a building in the Kemper Meadows Building Center and hiring and bringing in more than 40 new jobs. The Target Company Group has acquired North by Northwest Company. This respected company plans major renovations and plans to do many good things with that property. I'm also happy to announce that we have created and entered into an agreement and a partnership that will help us to analyze the Wynton Gilmore corridor. This project includes an analysis for key properties in the area for planning of major parcels. Working with the Port Authority, RDI Cincinnati, Duke Energy, and the City of Fairfield, we will identify ways to revitalize and ultimately reposition several of these targeted properties. I would like to thank Duke Energy and the Port Authority for their generous donations that made this project possible. Strengthening our original business district on Northland is also a priority. In 2014, our redevelopment team worked closely with Defender Security to extend its lease at 650 the Tower building, keeping over 100 jobs. The city is also moving forward with the multi-million-dollar road improvement project on Northland Boulevard that ultimately will create a more environmental friendly and environmental awareness of that area. With this ambition project, we will begin this in 2015. While the record is impressive, we're going to continue to move forward doing those things that would help to make Forest Park a greater place to live and work. Our entire team understands that we can't just sit back and rest on what we've done, but we must move forward. On behalf of the City Council and the administration, I want to once again thank all of you for all you've done to help Forest Park economically and to make it a better place to build, to work, and a better place to live. Congratulations to the award winners. I hope you enjoyed the breakfast. And again, thank you, and know that we are very pleased to have all of our businesses in Forest Park. We look forward to your remaining with us for many, many years to come. And anything that we can do to make your business and your employees more comfortable in Forest Park, we will do our best to accomplish that. Thank you very much.
So I was right. Isn't he just like this cool, down-to-earth guy? Thank you very much for that. As you may know, that these awards are a bit of a partnership, not only with the City of Forest Park, but also with the Forest Chamber of Commerce. And the Chamber has really selected several members for special recognition this morning. So I'm going to bring to the podium a young lady who knows a few of these people a little better. She just told me she's the mom of 2 brand new babies this year. She looks amazing. I mean, well, I shouldn't say this year and a half. And her mom is out here too. And since my mom lives out of town, you know, the most important thing you can do is pick the right parents. So I just want to say, if you know she's still not around, I might be at your house for Thanksgiving. She's invited me. Come on up, Nancy.
And Liz, you are welcome in our house for Thanksgiving. Right. I'm one of 8. I'm the youngest of 8 children. All of you are invited, actually, probably. She doesn't care. We have plenty. I think she has, how many you have 25 grandkids and 4 great-grandkids right now. So wonderful. But thanks enough for that. Thank you, Liz. And before proceeding with our awards, I'd like to recognize those business leaders who volunteer their time to serve on our board of directors for the Chamber. These individuals help us plan many activities, including monthly luncheon meetings and our popular golf outing, which I haven't won in years. I'm terrible. Without their help, the Chamber would not be able to provide the outstanding services our members enjoy. Could our directors please stand? The Forest Park Chamber is a vibrant organization, and we have wonderful and enthusiastic volunteers. We are always looking for help with some of our volunteers, and we do have a few board member positions that we will be voting on in the next few months. So if you would like to volunteer, please see one of the board members who stood up, because we'd love to have some new faces. I would let you know that we have an ambitious campaign that we are hoping to be starting in the next, look at Paul, because he's going to be the one running a lot of it, but in the next month or so. And so I would like you to really pay attention. We really think that the Chamber and the city are going to have a great partnership and trying to get the word out there about what a great place Forest Park is to do business. And so the Chamber and the city are going to be working closely to have some new things happen, so keep your eyes out for that. Today, the Forest Park Chamber of Commerce would like to recognize one of our favorite business partners, Waycross Community Media, and they are our Member of the Year. First, I'd like to give you a little bit of background on who Waycross is. Waycross is a community media center that provides exciting opportunities to learn, communicate, share ideas, and build community. Waycross provides public, educational, and government programming services to Forest Park, Green Hills, and Colerain Township. Forest Park is lucky to house their center on Waycross Road. The Waycross staff of 5 and 150 plus volunteers provide a wide variety of community events, from the monthly council, trustee, and school board meetings to community events, high school sports, concerts, and more. Local residents, nonprofits, and businesses can also receive video training and use television production equipment to create and cablecast a non-commercial program on the topic of your choice. Waycross staff members are also available to produce programming for businesses and nonprofits on a contract basis. Waycross programming can be viewed on Time Warner Cable's channels 4, 8, 23, 15, and 24, and Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics Cable's channels 850 to 855, and online. Now, I'd like to give you a few reasons as to why they are our Member of the Year. Waycross is always there. We have numerous events throughout the year, meetings, etc., and they are always there ready for filming, checking our AV, and etc. Jason Gresgoric typically is running the camera at all of our events, and we cannot ask for a better partner in helping with all of our needs whenever we have them. And some of us are a little technologically challenged at our meetings, and Jason is always there. He is on it. So he jumps right in when we need help with setups for the microphone, PowerPoints, etc. And our Waycross Executive Director, Chip Bergquist, attends most of our meetings and is a great supporter of the community and the Chamber. Additionally, they give to the community in so many ways, and with such a small paid staff and such a large volunteer base is fantastic. We asked why they feel that the Chamber is important to them, and their response was that Chamber membership is vital to any successful business or nonprofit organization in the area. Not only do they learn pertinent information at the regular meetings, the ability to network with representatives from other businesses is a valuable resource. They're a true partner in the community, as they always look to the Chamber members when looking for a service or product for their operations. It is my privilege to award Waycross Community Media with the Chamber Business of the Year, and accepting the award is Chip Bergquist, the Executive Director.
I'd like to thank the Chamber for this award, and I'd like, on behalf of our volunteer staff, board members, and producers, we appreciate the Chamber, as I said in our speech before. So thank you very much to the Chamber. Thank you.
Thanks. And at this time, I'd like to turn the microphone back to Liz.
But don't go anywhere, because we got something kind of special for you. If you're not really familiar with how humble she is, she's been doing this for a while, and the Forest Park Chamber of Commerce would like to present the 2014 Chamber Service Award to Nancy Goins this year. If you don't know her, I'll give you a little bit of background because I know this is going to give her life story. She actually started with the board of directors back in, well, let's say 20 years ago. She was 4, but don't tell anyone. Since 1993, she has served as the Chamber's board of directors, and you've also been an officer on several occasions, serving as the group's president 3 different times. You have served as the Chamber's liaison to the Regional Commerce Partnership since that group was formed, and you were instrumental in establishing and implementing the Chamber's popular scholarship program. You have served on the planning committee for the Chamber and annual golf outing, and you've even helped organize some of the Chamber's more popular events, which I'm told are the congressional debates with Steve Chabot and Steve Driehaus and Eric Wilson, a marketing presentation with Donna Worth, an economic forecast by Dick Stevie, Vice President at Integral Analytics and former Chief Economist for Duke Energy, the economic development presentations by Laura Brunner and the Port Authority. All of it, if that weren't enough, you find time to help a number of organizations as well. Are you thoroughly embarrassed yet? Society for Marketing Professional Services, the Seton High School Building and Grounds Committee, Alumni Association President, Seton Varsity Swim Coach, and the Women's Connection, the Cabaret, the co-chairperson. She's been for that. But all that said, really what I'm told is you're a great businesswoman, a dedicated community volunteer, and a really cool mom. So ladies and gentlemen, a nice warm welcome for Nancy Goins, the winner of the Chamber Service Award. Thanks, Mom.
We don't need. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the award, and it is just, it's an honor to serve for the businesses in Forest Park. We, at Thielen, we try and be a really good business partner, and I'd like to thank our everybody at Thielen who's sitting at that table right there who helps us every day, and of course, well, we pointed out my mom. She's wonderful. She helps me make sure that my kids are good, and my husband too. He usually folds the golf outing things every year he's out there. So thank you very much.
Could you send me that as soon as possible? We have an edict from the station that we're supposed to update our Facebook and Twitter pages 8 times a day. So as you notice, the first thing I did is start coming in and taking pictures. And they say that you're not just supposed to update it, you're supposed to engage. So I get to put all these really cool people out and have people make comments about it. And it's actually a lot of fun. It's a whole other job, though, on top of your job, which I know many of you know all about. I think the coolest thing that I like about being at these awards is that I know many of you are all about service, and I really feel that we are put on this earth and called to service, and it is an honor to honor you. I'm going to ask some really cool people to step forward and help us present our next category of awards, which are the Business Recognition Awards. So I need to ask Mayor Johnson, City Manager Ray Hodges, and the EDC Chairman Ed Stadnick to step forward for the presentation of our Business Awards, if you would. As we mentioned earlier in this program, there are several companies and individuals who've made some outstanding contributions to the economic health of Forest Park during the past year. And their impressive achievements demonstrate that this city is truly one of the region's top destinations for commercial redevelopment and development. So our first winner is this really cool group called Emeritas. If you would come forward, I want to ask the person receiving this award just to let us recognize you for a moment. This fine company is a leader in the insurance industry, selling a wide variety of superior products, including life, annuity, disability, and group dental plans. The Greater Cincinnati office has been located in Forest Park since 1964. As previously noted by the mayor, the company made a significant investment in 2014 to build a new 70,000 square foot office building in the Carilion Business Park, keeping more than 600 jobs in this community. They opened the 1876B Waycross building in September of this year. This impressive building is a state-of-the-art office complex. It is, has a bunch of their team products. The company is also renovating 1880 Waycross, the Jacobs building, to house the Emeritus Legal, Human Resources, Accounting, Tax, and Cafeteria operations. Those renovations are expected to be completed in 2015. What you may not know, however, is that the officials who work for this company work closely with the development team here to attract new investment to Forest Park, and they often work behind the scenes with the management team here to secure prospects. These companies bring their jobs, but they bring other jobs and revenue to the community as well. Of course, we couldn't talk about Emeritus without mentioning the company's impressive record of community service. As all of you know, Emeritus supports a number of community events and activities, including the annual Concert of the Green, a free outdoor concert featuring the Cincinnati Pops. In 2014, they launched the Hours Project, an initiative to improve the lives of those in our communities that, through investments in time and volunteering, they received and surpassed a 10,000 hour mark for donated time in this community and in Lincoln, Forest Park, and elsewhere around the country. In short, if that is short, Forest Park is fortunate to have one of the country's best companies as an anchor, you might say, for its business community. Congratulations to you and the completion of your recent expansion project. Thank you for your contributions to this community and, more importantly, to the quality of life in this community. Accepting the award, if you would come say a few words, is the Vice President and Associate General Counsel, John Kirtley.
Thank you, Liz, and thanks to the city and to the Chamber of Commerce for this fine award. Emeritus, most of you may know, is the successor to the Union Central Life Insurance Company. Union Central, of course, moved to Forest Park in 1964. So we have been on Waycross going on 50 years, and with our recent improvements and enhancements to the campus, we're going to be there 50 years more. The new building at 1876B, If you haven't seen it yet, it's a state-of-the-art facility. Is a fantastic new, brand spanking new building that's less than 6 weeks old. I have 7 of my colleagues with me who can attest to that. We're also renovating the Jacobs building, as Liz mentioned, at 1880, and that will also be a very fine facility, and is right now. But we're here for the long haul. We're proud to call Forest Park home and look forward to helping this community grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'd like next to recognize our friends from Defender Security, if you would come forward as well. This Indianapolis-based company sells and installs ADT security systems to homeowners throughout the United States. Their chief operating officer, Dave Lindsay, started the business in his home in 1998 using $30,000 of his own money. Today, Defender generates more than $150 million in annual revenue. It is ranked 387th on the Inc. 500 list, or the INC Incorporated 500 list of fastest growing companies. The company has 142 offices in 42 states and employs more than 2,200 people. Defender moved its Cincinnati office to Forest Park in 1998. It opened a state-of-the-art call center facility at 650 Northland Tower. Since that initial investment, the company's local operation has continued to grow. Consequently, Defender officials had to explore their options once the current lease had expired, and after a comprehensive site search, they decided to keep this local operation in Forest Park. The successful retention project, with the result of true team effort, company officials work closely with Nisbet Property Holdings and the city's development team to create what they call a mutually beneficial financial package. They then invested $112,000 to refresh the space, improve efficiencies, and create new areas to spark collaboration and creativity, as well as rebrand that space with the company's new marketing message. Today, more than 100 people work at this location, and the company could add another 50 to 75 jobs in the next 3 years. Community service also been an important part of Defender's corporate culture. The local office recently hosted a successful blood drive. The Defender employees just completed their 5th Habitat for Humanity home built earlier this year. The impressive company, also a founding sponsor of what they call the Super Service Challenge, a national program that helps individuals present their charities with much needed donations. So for all of these reasons, I'd like to invite the Defender Security, and the person acknowledging this award and accepting that from their Forest Park office is Mr. Tyler Crane. Come on up, Tyler.
On behalf of Team Defender, I'd like to thank the City of Forest Park in the Chamber for allowing us to be such a small part of a growing business community. Thank you very much.
You're very humble in that. You know, we in TV really acknowledge the importance of security, I have to say. If you can, I'm not making this up, if you can believe this, we just had new gates put around our building because our most recent death threat came from a gentleman that we unfriended on Facebook. How do you like that? And he probably hears those stories all the time, don't you? Something just wild and wacky, yeah. So thank you for what you do. We really do appreciate it. Our third award this morning goes to the Gutter Shutter Company. If you would come forward and let us acknowledge a little bit about you, that would be wonderful. The fast-growing enterprise has outgrown its previous building in a neighborhood community, launched a year-long search for a new corporate home. Company officials then looked at a number of locations through Greater Cincinnati and ultimately decided to land in Forest Park. Buying and renovating the Kemper Meadow Business Center is what they did, and their new office houses the company's marketing, sales, installation, and administrative departments. The Gutter Shutter Company manufactures, sells, and installs an award-winning leaf and debris system. The product is a one-piece maintenance-free gutter system that is guaranteed to never pull away from your home and for your home's lifetime of the structure. It eliminates the need to climb a dangerous ladder and clean out clogged gutters by establishing a watertight seal from the roof line down using what they call a high-back gutter trough. The product is not only functional, but its crown molding looks actually like it adds some curb appeal to your home. On behalf of our news people, I'd also like to say thank you because these are a number of the stories we cover where people try to do these things on their own and they're not safe. So we really do appreciate what you do. Company officials concluded that Forest Park was the best choice for their base operations. Their strategic location right off I-275 follows their drivers and installers and allows them to have quick and easy access to all parts of the tri-state. In addition, their management team, like the first-class environment found in our award-winning Kemper Meadow Business Center, they have stores and restaurants also seen there which have seen benefits from their 75 employees. 2014 has been a record year, I'm told, for them, and their management team anticipates even more growth by 2015. So today we'd like to recognize and ask to come forward the impressive investors from our community in the Gutter Shutter Company. Please accept this award, Mr. Mark Steinberg.
Thanks, Liz. She basically told us whole story, and we're pretty excited to be members of the Forest Park community and plan on growing with it as the years go on. Thank you.
But the stories that you could tell, I'm sure, are not fit for, a public audience because we always know that you go out there and just like the ADT people, you discover all kinds of things. So thank you for the little things you do in people's lives. Our next award goes to Harpers Point Eye Associates. If you would come forward and allow us to recognize some of your work. Harpers Point was founded by Dr. Elliot Kirstein in 1976 in a neighboring community. Their mission, though, has never changed. They provide each and every patient with the highest possible standard of medical eye care. Dr. Kirstein adheres to the standard when selecting and training his staff and even designing his office, and he invests in the latest and the best technology to diagnose and manage eye disease, providing the very best treatment possible. Strong commitments to excellence and personalized service have allowed them to grow this practice into one of Greater Cincinnati's most successful eye care operations. Last year, Dr. Kirstein began looking for a site to complement but not replace his existing office on Cornell Road, quickly settled in the Forest Park area, found that the community's strategic location of I-275 would also allow his team to travel easily to locations and provide several other underserved communities. Indeed, Dr. Kirstein estimates that from their Kemper Meadow East location, there are more than 500,000 prospective patients within about a 20-minute drive. Equally important is that Forest Park itself is consistent with their target market, a large middle-class population currently underserved with regard to eye care. So earlier this year, Harpers Point acquired the practice of Dr. Gary Williams, who had recently retired, and opened its new Forest Park location. Dr. Kirstein and his team invested about $200,000 to renovate the office, adding 3 additional examination rooms, and they furnished those with the latest imaging and eye testing technology. So this morning, it is an honor to recognize Harper's Point Eye Associates for this investment. We welcome this great company to Forest Park, and accepting the award is optometrist Dr. Jennifer Specht. We want to invite her to come up and just say a few words for us. Thank you.
Thank you, City of Forest Park and the Chamber of Commerce for this award. Even though we've only been in the community for a little over a year now, we're very excited to be a part of the community and help serve its eye care needs. Thank you.
I am familiar with the fine quality work that you do as the medical reporter, so thanks for what you're doing. We appreciate that very much. Our next award goes this morning to the Home Depot, one of the leading stores of this highly competitive home improvement category. If you would come forward and let us acknowledge some of your work. They were founded in 1978 and today have more than 2,200 stores in all 50 states, including Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, and 10 Canadian provinces and Mexico. The economic impact of their presence in Forest Park, however, has been really clear. The local store opened in 1998. It carries over 40,000 items in stock. Home Depot employs 130 people in merchandising and 4 departments at its Omniplex location, many of whom are Forest Park residents. And as a matter of fact, if you know of someone who might be looking for a job next summer, tell them to stop in. I'm told they plan to hire about 30 new associates to prepare for the busy gardening season next spring, and all of us who know nothing about it. Thank you very much. Giving back is also an important part of the Home Depot and the community. They have a foundation that you may have heard of that donates millions of hours, not just tools and supplies, to community projects throughout the country. Even more impressive, their employees often contribute countless hours of their own time for these projects. Through Team Depot and associate-led volunteer works, they work side by side with residents and community leaders to improve neighborhoods. Founded in 1992, this impressive volunteer initiative sort of brings together that do-it-yourself expertise and a lot of product donations and money grants as well to support the communities in which their stores are located. The local store here, no exception. Its management team and staff have worked on dozens of community projects throughout Forest Park. Just this year, they helped improve the landscaping through the parks and contributed several supplies to renovate the park shelter in Central Park. The Forest Park Home Depot and its employees now contribute more than 1,000 hours of volunteer time, including programs with the police, public works, recreation, and fire departments. So here to accept this award, would you please acknowledge the Forest Park store manager? His name is Jesse McVeigh. Come on up, Jesse.
So Liz, thank you very much. Thank you to the Chamber and the City of Forest Park. And to my associates, my wonderful associates who have given back so much to the community. Even though we're a big box retailer here in the community, we consider ourselves the local hardware store, and we try to make sure that we operate our business that way. To quote one of our founders, Bernie Marcus, he once said, "You can't just take from a community if you're a retailer. You have to give back." And that's something that we just strive to do on a daily basis here in the Forest Park community. And again, I'm just looking forward to a fantastic 2015, and thank you again to my associates.
I just love that every time we go into one of your stores, the people are like so human. And in this business, it's really fun because you meet complete strangers, that you sort of feel like you know, or they feel like they know you through TV. And not long ago, I was in one of your stores, and someone said, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" And I got back, and that picture was on Facebook, and it had like a bunch of toilet paper right behind me. So I posted it and said, medical reporter meets great Home Depot employees, eat fiber. And left it at that. I know. And then I had a number of interesting captions that came after that. So thank your employees. They're a ton of fun. And I know you guys do a lot of work. Our final Business Recognition Award goes to Jessica Miranda. She is the owner of Fiesta Auto Insurance and Tax Service. If you could come forward, please. Fiesta is the only national franchise that offers insurance and tax preparation services all under one roof. Their associates write lines of property and casualty insurance while offering full-service tax preparation year-round. And they specialize in serving the Hispanic community. Fiesta staffs 2 licensed insurance agents and 2 to 4 more professional tax preparers every year. Their team members are proud to be bilingual and attribute all that allows them to provide superior customer service to this population. With more than 250 locations nationwide, Our Forest Park office is the only Fiesta location in all of Ohio. Jessica chose to locate her business in this community because this is where her family chose to purchase their first home. She also researched Butler and Hamilton counties in search of the growing Hispanic populations, where both the city and the school district were displaying inclusions of all cultures. Forest Park provides access to this key demographic, not to mention a convenient and very central location. Certainly it's an impressive story, and that would justify today's award alone, but Jessica was actually nominated by representatives from the Forest Park Police and Fire Departments because of her outstanding record with volunteering as well. In addition to providing much-needed translation services to both departments, Jessica worked closely with city employees and other local businesses to create what they call the annual Fiesta Toy Drive. It gives back to the Hispanic community here in Forest Park, and her team collects all kinds of gifts and donations throughout the city. Families are then chosen through the Winton Woods City School District, and volunteers wrap all those gifts and give them out. Last year, they gave more than 150 gifts to 10 families, and they hope to double that number this year. Jessica and employees have helped safety departments, provided translation services, and her team is proud to give back to this community. But you lead by example. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to present to you the EDC chairperson. I'm sorry, I was going to let Ed introduce you. The board member, Jessica's a board member of the Latino community in Southwest Ohio and Forest Park as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next award recipient is Jessica Miranda.
Thank you to the City of Forest Park. Thank you to the Forest Park Chamber. It is an honor and privilege to accept this award today. I also want to say, like Liz mentioned earlier, it is our calling to serve, and I intend to serve for many more years to come in the community in which I live and the city in which I bought my first home and intend to stay here for quite some time. So thank you very much.
So now I get to turn it back over to Ed. I thought for a moment there they wanted him to give you your award. That was why I was calling him up. So I'm going to have you come back up here and just acknowledge a few things. I just want to say it is an honor to have this just be part of my year, and one way that we can serve, is to be able to recognize some of your outstanding people here. When you have good stories in Forest Park, I want you to please feel free to email me and share them. I know you're going to give away a couple other awards and whatnot now, but just because this concludes my part, I just want to say, if you like me, my name is Liz Bonus, and if you don't, I'm Nancy Grace. Have a wonderful day.